The second list of questions you want to ask yourself is, what do you love to do? What are you absolutely passionate about? Yeah? We don't want to see the world burn up, yeah? Let me tell you something. If you ever hear or see an article that I am somewhere in the Arctic saving the penguins, it's a lie, okay? Because while I care about global warming, I don't like to be cold. So I'm not going to be saving the penguins. However, I do live on a farm, and I do farm bees because I do believe in food security, and so I'm doing my part to help with global warming, to make sure we have bees, and therefore we have food, right? So what you care about is an indicator for yourself and what's important to you. And the third list you want to answer is, what does the world need? So in what moments do you find yourself going, why hasn't anybody solved this problem? Or wouldn't it be great if this just worked a little bit like this? Or, why can't we just have that? And you probably go, everyone's thought about this, it doesn't really matter. And the truth is, not everybody thinks about it because you are made up of a unique set of experiences that influence very differently your perspective of the world. And then finally asking the question, what are people willing to pay for? Because I need money, right? And somewhere in the middle is your ikigai. So it's something that you are good at doing, that you love to do, that the world needs, and someone is willing to pay for. And when you start moving in the space of your ikigai and working and operating in that sweet spot, you're then able to design a business, design a speaking career that allows you to go every single day. I wake up, I speak, I coach, I facilitate, I work with clients that feed my soul, my passion, my purpose. I know I'm creating some kind of impact, and the best part is I get paid for it, which is great because we all want to get paid for what we do, right? So for me, with MentHer, that's what I've been able to do. And Tony Robbins talks about setting goals and the fact that goals work like magnets. So when you set the goals, they somehow find a way to get to you. So for the first time ever, I then spoke at a TED Talk in Glasgow, in Cumbernauld, because of Wendy. And I share this story because for me, this is the power of networking. And then I also had the opportunity to host a book launch in Glasgow as well. And I became a cartoon. So while I was there, the theme that kept on coming up when I was engaging with people, engaging with entrepreneurs, was this idea around mentorship. Like, how do we find good mentors in different countries? And these are all people that I know through my network. So I want you to think about your network, where it is that you want to go, what it is that you want to do, and who is in your network that can help you get there. Who is in your network that you can leverage? Steve Jobs has this quote that I really like about when you're thinking about where you're going. So if you answer those three most important questions and you look at your ikigai and you go, okay, this is the path that I want to go on to because I've got a clear idea about my end destination. So how do we grow as speakers into that space? So the first thing around mentorship, a quote that I like by John C. Crosby, he says that a mentor is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. So if we pivot a little bit to talk about networking and navigating this long path, if you haven't read the book, it's a really fabulous one by Porter Gale. And we've all heard this, that your network is your net worth. So when you think about, from a PR perspective, who is doing your marketing for free in your absence, right? What are people saying about you? So thinking about how do you network? And who are the people in your circle? And more importantly, who are the people that you're spending the most time with? I mean, are there people around you whose skills you admire, who do something, who have a certain magic about them that you can spend time with and glean from? The third thing that the article highlighted was the network points men and women need to get somewhere. So a man can have one kind of essential network where they can ask one person and have a plug. And what they found was that women often need two networks, essential one and a decentralized one that includes people in higher positions. So it's not just about knowing more people, it's also about knowing more people that are also decision makers. And I think a big thing is thinking about the value that you add. So not networking for networking's sake, but networking for exponential networks work really well when there's value creation, when there's co-creation, and when there's value exchange. I'm gonna grow my network to 20 meaningful connections. And the key word there is meaningful, right? So it doesn't matter if you have 100 connections if none of them are willing to go into value exchange or willing to introduce you. So even if you just have 20 good people that are meaningful connections, that are willing to make introductions, that's better than none. That's it. Thank you very much.